Alright, so this is our raw materials. These are partially fermented Colorino grapes. Looking around the Della Staffa winery right now. Slowly pressing them through that old wood basket press. This is basically how it went. We had these vats of partially fermented grapes, and we just had to scoop all of them by hand up into the press. We'd press off all the juice kind of that we could once the fermenter was full, to make some more room. And then once the vat underneath it was full, then we would pump that off into another open vat that we had of just kind of clear fermenting wine without all of the skins. Danilo's holding the hose up so that it aerates the wine as it gets pumped into that open vat. This is how it went. It was like 4 hours of scooping, pressing, pumping, scooping, pressing, pumping, repeat. We were using a colander to straighten out some of the heavier solids. Okay, so then this is after everything had been pressed, actually several days later. We racked it into a couple of large old barrels. So this is a 150-year-old oak cask. We opened it up, washed it out, scrubbed it, and then now I'm drying it all out, trying to remove all the water from inside of it. Now this is the process of reinstalling the door and sealing it. So there's a door in the front of the cask, which gets sealed with vegetable fiber, some analogic sealing putty all around the edges. You have to clean out the...
doesn't give anything to the wine. It's an analogic wax or mastiche.
Mm-hmm.
And this very old job that I learned from old man of the wine, because
So Danilo's kind of wedged the door in there, and then we're going to put the yoke across it and use the bolt with the threads on it to draw the door into place, really wedge it tightly in there so that it's sealed. With this, with the hammer and the block, he's vibrating the cask so that everything seats properly. Yep.
we need to cross the finger. Cross your finger.
That's good. I'm impressed. That's a really elegantly simple way to do that, to get the door in there, and the way that it's set up so it gets a tiny bit wider on the back, and that the threads of the bolt pull it into place and everything. Makes a lot of sense. I'm trying not to nod my head with the camera on it.
This is the moment of truth.
Should I get it
starting
all
to
the way
put
down
wine
in?
into the
Yeah.
cask.
Okay.
All right.
Now you
Turn on the pump to number 1, right? Yeah. That's
In
what I
real
was saying
life,
last night in Maine with
this
all the
part,
old wooden boats we
watching
have.
the
When you take
cask,
wooden boats
looking
out
for
of the water,
leaks,
they shrink and
sealing
then
them
they leak.
with
So
more fiber and putty,
really, when you take wooden boats out of
took
the water,
like
you have to put water
an
in
hour
them
and a half, 2
to keep them
hours.
from shrinking.
It was a very slow, very detailed process. But hey, it's a 150 at least year-old cask that Danilo found in an abandoned winery.
The real bouquet of the wine while you are putting in the barrel. So you stay in this position like I'm doing. With
This was the final filling of the barrel.
Smell what's this?
The aroma coming up out of the top of it as it was finally filled with wine.
Okay, ready?
Yep. Wow. Yeah.
I make it the curcumin. Curcumin is very old work that made the master of the cellar
Oh,
to close the barrel.
the final closing of the
Yeah,
barrel.
the final close. It's called curcumin. This way. You see?
Yep.
This is the very, very final sealing and filling of the barrel. The finish.
These two cups. So can you take one of these, the cup, you fill it up with wine and serve them in this.
Okay. Full with wine? Okay.